Here's another false friend, one of the most common ones when you're talking about guests and visitors. But first, a few tips. In Switzerland, it's very normal to introduce yourself when you arrive at a party or arrive at a business meeting. You go around, you shake hands, you make eye contact, and you say your name. And you do that before you even have a drink. In England, that's very unusual. It's very forward. So when my partner went to my sister's wedding in England, he went around and introduced himself to everyone, and they all thought he was this crazy Swiss man because he felt he was the most important person in the room, that everyone had to know who he was. Whereas, of course, he thought he was being polite. So it's different cultural expectations. Neither is right, neither is wrong, but you can have funny moments and awkward moments using them. Secondly, small talk. Small talk is very important in English because it's a way to make conversation with strangers. It's a way to get to know someone. It's a way to fill an awkward silence. The trouble is, small talk here is about this small. So here's a typical small talk you might have in December in Switzerland. I would come in from outside and say, "Oh, it's cold." And the Swiss reply nearly always is, "Well, it's winter." Because I've said something obvious, so they reply with something obvious, and it's pretty much the end of the conversation. Whereas for English speakers, we would then talk about, "But it's going to be lovely tomorrow," or "It was t-shirts last week," or "Nothing compared to last winter." And we would start having a really normal conversation, which means nothing, but is a way to get to know someone. The trouble Swiss people have with small talk is that they are actually coconuts. They have a hard outer shell which is very hard to break through, and small talk is not a good way to do it. You have to get to know a Swiss person properly to get inside the coconut.